Hi, I'm Christy and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you've never been here before. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So in today's video, I'm sharing all the books I currently have downloaded on Kindle Unlimited. And of course, Kindle Unlimited is a service through Amazon that you can get on your Kindle, or you can also access it on a Kindle app, like via your phone or a tablet. And it's a service where you can check out up to 20 books at a time and then return them and grab new books, and kind of like a library system. I love this service. It's definitely where a lot of indie romance authors write and publish their books, and you can get access to their entire backlist for some of them. Both how much I read and how many books I access through there, I definitely get the money's worth. So to me, it's definitely worth it and a service that I would not give up. But without further ado, let's finally get into the books I have checked out through Kindle Unlimited right now. And so most of these that I have, I've gotten them from recommendations from other people. So the first up is Flawless by Elsie Silver. First heard of this from Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl. This would be my first time reading this author. So all I know is it's a grumpy bull riding hero, small town romance. I don't need to know much else. I'm sold. Next, I grabbed Between Hello and Goodbye by Emma Scott. I saw recently quite a few friends reading this and loving it. And all I know about this one is it's contemporary. The heroine has to take a sabbatical from work. She ends up going on a vacation to Hawaii where she meets the hero, and he is a firefighter. Next up, I have The Words by Ashley Jade. And I don't know much about this one. It just says that it's enemies to lovers standalone romance about mistakes, forgiveness, and second chances. I know it's pretty emotional, and I think it's 600 or 700 pages, but I've heard that it is definitely worth it. And I first thought Tori from Novel Life loved this one. Next up is When the Stars Fall by Emery Rose. Most of these so far have been authors that I haven't even read before, so I'm excited to try out some new authors. And this one I know is emotional and angsty. I know that the hero and heroine, I believe they grew up together and they kind of loved each other back when they were young. He went off to war, comes back a different person, and I believe it's their second chance 6 years after that. Next up is The Company of Fiends. This book actually just came out the end of June, and this is the second book in Catherine Moon's series. The first book was A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. So these are historical setting, they are reverse harem, and they are monster romances. And I know this one centers around some of the characters we meet in the first book. In that book, they went to a theater situation where they're watching these sex acts going down with monsters and humans. And so in this book, I believe it is the theater that we're focusing on, and so all the characters who are there. Next up, I have Titan by Jillian Graves, and as the cover says right here, it is a gargoyle daddy dom romance. So I love monster romances. I've heard some good things about this one from some Instagram friends, so I'm excited to try this one out. Next up is Between Wrath and Mercy. This is a fantasy romance. I've had this one on my TBR for months, I think since it came out. I know Jen from the Book Refuge really loved this one, and I am excited to try it out as well. Next up is another fantasy romance, and it's The Song of the Marked. This is actually the Ravished by Romance book club pick for July. So that's the book club put on by Jess from Peace Love Books and Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers. And I don't know much about this one at all. But I'm excited to try it out. Next up, I have Drowning Aaron by Elizabeth O'Rourke, and I have been reading most of this author's books this year. And this one features some characters or exists in the same world as her Waking Olivia book that I read earlier this year and loved. So this one, I know the hero and heroine are enemies, and then it also says that he is also her fiance's best friend. So that sounds juicy and scandalous, and yeah, Elizabeth O'Rourke usually delivers for me, so I'm excited to try that out. And then next I have another Elizabeth O'Rourke book, and that one is No One But Us. Like I mentioned, I am trying to read all of her books in her backlist because I've really loved all the ones that I've read so far this year. And so this one says it was a rewrite. The book was originally published as Bloom, and then now she re-edited it, and there's dual POV now and some major changes to the plot. And then it says that she's my little sister's best friend. So the hero last saw the heroine when she was a teenager, and then now it is 6 years later, she's 19, and she shows up on his doorstep. Next, I have Nobody's Duke by Scarlett Scott. This is a historical romance, and I downloaded this one back during the historical romance readathon. I know Rachel from Rachel Reads and Sings read it and really loved it. And I know she said if you love second chance angsty romances, similar vibes as Again the Magic by Lisa Kleypas, to check this one out. And that was all I had to hear to one-click this one. And then next, I have the next 4 books in Devaney Perry's Clifton Forge series, which this is a read-along going on for July and August. Jess from Peace Love Books, Tori from Novel Life, and Sam from Sam Reads a Little are hosting this read-along. So Devaney Perry recently put this series on Kindle Unlimited just for the summer. The host for the read-along decided to do this while they're on Kindle Unlimited for the summer. So I have book 3, which is Stone Princess, book 4, Noble Prince, book 5, Fallen Jester, and book 6, Tin Queen. And this series takes place in Montana, and it centers around characters that are part of a disbanded MC or a motorcycle club. And so far it's been all of the romances for members of that group. So yeah, those are the 15 books I have currently checked out on Kindle Unlimited. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books before, or if you plan to, or if you have Kindle Unlimited and use the service, maybe what are some of the books you have checked out right now. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I'll see you in my next one.